So we start this episode off with a beautiful shot of a gorgeous day, when Cliffjumper decides to shoot at some rocks because they vaguely resemble Decepticons. Who knows, could have been a rock lord. Oh, if you got that reference, shame on you. We're also learning it's been a couple of months since the last episode and the Decepticon ship crashed. Oh, and if you're wondering why the Autobots haven't left with all that fuel they got at the end of the last episode, well, keep on wondering. We then cut to Shockwave. That's right, that one-eyed Decepticon who was told to stay behind on Cybertron. And he did what he was told. For 4 million years. Apparently after 4 million years of hearing nothing and still not accepting Megatron's dead, he tries calling him again. Only this time he actually gets through. Megatron then learns about the Decepticon forces on Cybertron, and apparently they're desperately low on power now, but they have developed an intergalactic transport system, which we'll learn about a little later. Soundwave and Laserbeak then go to all the trouble of sneaking into a solar power plant and attacking the workers, only to have Megatron and the rest of the Decepticons burst through the wall anyway. But thankfully the Autobots actually hear about this attack, although there are only a few of them as most of them are out on patrols. So the Autobots are able to interrupt the Decepticon attack on the solar plant, and Cliffjumper in particular decides to get in a nut shot on Megatron.
Don't worry, Megatron, I'll get them after I've taken care of you!
Ooh, nice. We then get a very nice Prime and Megatron fight with each of them slapping each other about. But unfortunately Ironhide once again gets hurt, only this time taking a shot that was meant for Optimus, and the cons are ultimately able to escape. So back at the Autobot base where Ratchet is, So anyway, the other Autobots are wondering how the Decepticons are going to get the energy back to Cybertron as they don't have a spaceship anymore. They then decide to send Bumblebee out to locate and spy on the Decepticons. And Spike tags along as well. We then cut back to the Decepticons where we actually learn about this new intergalactic transport system, and it's something called a space bridge, and it's a bit like a Stargate. In fact, I believe they directly ripped it off. Lo and behold, Bumblebee and Spike actually do run into the cons, just as they're about to test their new space bridge. But unfortunately the test fails as they determine that the vehicle carrying the energon in the space bridge actually needs a pilot. Bee and Spike decide to go back to the Autobots and report this. Unfortunately Bee was stuck in reverse. The Decepticons decide to volunteer Spike and Bumblebee for the space bridge project and put them in the driver's seat. And how do Bumblebee and Spike get out of this very sticky situation? Well, Bee suddenly remembers that he is actually a Transformer. Unfortunately, Spike gets captured instantly, as Bee refused to slow down for 5 seconds and let him in. But unfortunately, Bee doesn't get much further. Megatron then decides to whip out his nozzle and bury his demon seed into Bumblebee's brain, taking a hold of him. We then cut back to the Autobots where Bee returns and tells them that the Decepticons are holed up in a cave. This of course being a complete trap. We then get another Autobot and Decepticon fight which employs some very sketchy 80s cartoon logic about being able to whack lasers as if they're baseballs. However, partway through the fight, Megatron gets a call from Shockwave who tells him that the space bridge is ready to be tested again. So Megatron orders the Decepticons outside the cave and then blasts the exit shut, entombing the Autobots forever for 5 seconds. And it seems in the battle Bumblebee got a nasty bump to the noggin which gave him a hard reboot. He then remembers where the real space bridge and Spike are. So back at the Canyon of the Crescent Moon, the Decepticons are making Spike pilot the vehicle once more, just as the Autobots make a surprise attack. Thanks to some pretty fancy shooting on Prime's part, Spike is able to get free. Megatron, not wanting to lose the energon cubes, tries desperately to get them into the space bridge only to be shot in the ass and fall in himself. With Megatron gone, Starscream declares himself the leader, and the Autobots give themselves a nice pat on the back. However, on Cybertron, it turns out Megatron in fact survived the ordeal, and the space bridge does in fact work. And the episode ends, as most of the best ones do, with Megatron vowing revenge.
The Autobots robbed me of my victory, but they have not seen the last of me!